Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's my weekly outlook for the week of Sunday, November 23rd, 2025. Today is Saturday, November 22nd. We on over the same pairs. AU, EU, GU, and UJ, also DXY. So before I do that though, I just want to be going over again what I analyzed last week and how that ended up playing out. So first starting off with AU, um, my bias was a buy, and then I said it was also currently selling, and it just kept selling. For EU, my bias was a buy. Um, I did have a structural point identified that said once it passes the structural point, then um, the direction shifts and it passed beyond that structural point. So it began selling and it's currently still selling. For GU, my bias was a buy. Market invalidated that idea and then it sold for the rest of the week. UJ, my bias was a buy and it just kept buying. Kept buying strongly the whole week. All right, coming up for this week, um, starting off with DXY. Sorry, so last week I said that DXY was currently selling. Looking at this trend compared to this trend, it's currently selling. Overall bias was a buy, and it shifted and continued to buy. So that's where we are now. The market is buying. So with that being said, AU, EU, GU have probability that I'll be selling, looking for sales for those this week. And UJ will be buying. All right, all right, there we go. All right, moving on to what now we see that the DXY is buying. We now looking what I foresee this week taking place with AUG and UJ. So looking at AU, bias is a sell. Looking at this trend compared to the previous trend, right? This is current trend right now is an impulse, so that tells me that we are selling, right? Um, volume is still high, which is good. So I foresee the market continue to sell lower. It is at a strong level. Will it go through? Not sure, right? High probability. And will it get to the next level? Also unsure. But as of now, again, my bias is a sell. It is at a good area. I'll have to zoom in though, see if it has my entry confirmation to see if, for me, um, I could partake in that opportunity. Moving on to GU, I'm sorry, EU. Today, this trend, excuse me, compared to the previous trend, right? The current trend right now is a correction. Therefore, overall, market is buying, but because price has exceeded that structure point, I am saying that it's currently selling right now. Let me look at my volume. We do have a strong loss in volume So will it continue to go lower? Potentially, right? Um, but at some point it's definitely going to turn around. So being that I am leaning into the sell, right, with the DXY is buying, I see two things happening. Either it will continue to sell lower, like this is a strong area here, or it will correct and then I'll proceed to sell lower, which will be a better, um, which will be better, most definitely, in my opinion. Moving on to GU, looking at us buy, say, sell, looking at this trend compared to the previous trend. Let's know this is an impulse. What's going on right now is that the market has pulled back for sure, but it's making a lot of noise. Um, not clean as I would like it to be, but if I did participate in this, I would want to see the market make a higher high than the previous high, and then potentially aim to the lower, that next zone down there. And last but not least, UJ or yen futures in this case. It's the inverse. So on UJ itself, we be buying, but on yen futures, selling. So this trend, with the previous trend, lets me know we're currently in impulse, therefore I'm selling. Right now we have a strong loss in fall off in volume. So we do have a nice pullback, right? But I do want to have that ABC type correction in order for me to continue selling. So I would ideally what I want to see is for the market to push down, then come back higher, right? It's be a nice level here that I'd like to see the market stop at. Respect in my entry confirmations and then proceed lower. All right. That's my outlook for this week.